sports? Do you like beer? Do you love sports and beer? Then you're exactly where you need to be. This is the Huebs Views Brews show on 1252 Sports Chicago. Cheers.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome on in to Huebs Views and Brews on a Monday night after the Bears play the Packers. And for the last, 15 years, that's usually not a good time, the day after the Bears play the Packers. It wasn't last night either, as Green Bay comes out a winner again, final 27-10. We'll talk about it. We are live here at the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill, 159 Studios in beautiful downtown Lockport. And Fat Mike's going to be joining me in just a couple minutes. We'll be breaking down how the Bears broke down against the Green Bay Packers. I was expecting, right before the game started, I said, you know what? I actually think they can win this game. And I did think they can win the game. But I didn't think that the Green Bay Packers would run the ball at will with A.J. Dillon and with Aaron Jones and just keep running the ball and running the ball and running the ball. And the Bears defense wouldn't be able to stop them. But we saw some of the problems that this Bears team is going to have. So we'll discuss all that. We'll hear from all of our sponsors, Habana Cigars, also Nick and Ivy, Jonathan Darren. We've got tons of sponsors. We got a big event coming up real soon. We had a great time over at Nick and Ivy for the tailgate for the very first game, the Bears and the 49ers. We got another tailgate coming up over at a place in Hodgkins. We'll talk about that in just a little bit with Mike. We got a little bit of beer conversation. There's a big beer fest coming up in LaGrange in the middle of October. We'll discuss that. I can't believe I haven't been there. This is the 11th beer fest that they have there in LaGrange, 150 beers. I've not been there. I don't know if I'll be able to make this one. We'll talk about it. Really cool fest. And then this coming weekend, if you didn't hit all the Oktoberfests that they had this past weekend, they got a bunch of them coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that and much more, but we'll get into the sports in a second. But it is Huebs Views and Brews, and I got something else I want to talk about. But before we do that, we're going to open a beer. This is an Oktoberfest from Skeleton Key. I can't remember if I had one of these on one of the previous shows, but that's okay because I love it. It's from Skeleton Key Brewing. Paul and Emily and John, they do a great job over at Skeleton Key. They got an anniversary coming up that they're celebrating. We'll get to that during the beer segment. But this is an Oktoberfest beer called Shoot the Glass. Really good beer. It's a Marzen-style beer. Let's look and see what the percentage is of this. 6.5% Marzen-style lager. And it'll pour nice and dark. And it's really good. I've had a couple of these at Skeleton Key Brewing over in Woodridge. They're very, very good. Look at that thing. Just absolutely gorgeous. The foam's even got a little bit of orange, yellow and brownish to it. Really good. So take a sip of this, and then I got something to break it down with, and that is, I had a procedure done last week. A procedure. Woo! I did the show last Monday, and I had a procedure done on Thursday. It's a thing called a catheter ablation, okay? And my heart had been an AFib, atrial fibrillation, a couple times over the last 6 years, 3 times over the last 6 years. Not a big deal to me. I'm not a doctor. I don't feel it when I go into AFib. I've been in 4 times since 2007. They do this thing usually for my AFib called a cardioversion, where they put you under, and as soon as they do, they pull out the pedals and shock you back into rhythm. And that's not bad. You don't feel that. You go home, everything's fine. Heart's beating at the normal pace. But I went into AFib again last August, and my doctors, my 2 cardiologists, I have 2 cardiologists. I'm a big guy. And I was trying to say a big, important guy, but I'm just kidding. So I have 2 cardiologists, and they both suggested that the ablation would be a good idea. And with the ablation, they go in and they basically burn out or freeze out a couple of parts in your heart that are causing the AFib. So they did that to me on Thursday. I laid low on Friday and Saturday. Because of that, Saturday I didn't go to the Oktoberfest in downtown Downers Grove that was put on by the Rotary. I know they had a great time over there. Orange and Brew right there across the street from the Freddie Jones Band, and it was a lot of fun. Missed that one, but I will not miss some coming up this weekend. And also, I mentioned I'm in beautiful downtown Lockport. Lockport's got Taste of Lockport coming up next Saturday, so we'll talk a little bit more about that. But let's get into some Bear football talk because the Bears won the first game. Everybody was excited, excited about what Justin Fields could do on a field that was not quite so wet as it was for the very first game of the season. And I don't know that we actually got to see the best of Justin Fields yesterday. Hopefully we didn't get to see the best of Justin Fields as he was not really good. 7 for 11 with an interception late. Interception didn't mean a whole heck of a lot. They were out of the game at that point. Just 70 yards. But you got to think about it. People say, I can't believe they only threw the ball 11 times. They only ran 41 offensive plays. It's not like they were running the ball all over the place. Are you ready?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely ready.
Fat Mike's ready to join me, and we can sit and discuss.
I'm aggravated with this game.
Yeah, well, of course. Diehard Bears fans are aggravated, but also diehard Bears fans got to be realistic.
Right.
You got a new head coach. You've got a quarterback who basically is a first-year quarterback because anything he experienced last year was crap with Matt Nagy.
Right.
So he's got it running a new offensive system. It's week 2 of a new offensive system. They weren't able to throw the ball. They did run the ball well.
They did.
They ran the ball real well.
David Montgomery shined. Khalil Herbert shined. And Justin Fields, when he broke out of the pocket and ran the ball for himself, he looked really good.
Yeah.
The thing was, though, is this, and I've been an advocate of this over the last couple of years. You can't score points if you don't have an offensive line. Your offensive line is your lifeblood. That's how you protect your quarterback. That's how you protect your running back, so on and so forth. And that's how you put up points. Those are your pigs up front. You got to be able to rely on those guys. You go 7 for 11 for 70 yards.
Yeah.
Why are we only throwing the ball 11 times?
I know.
And I get that the time of possession was completely lopsided in Green Bay's favor.
Yeah, it was like 37-22.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was lopsided.
Right.
But you compare the plays to plays. The Bears ran 38 or 41 offensive
41 plays.
41 offensive plays. The Packers ran 65.
Yeah.
I mean, like you're almost doubling them.
Well,
there's no way to win that game.
65 is not even a high number either.
No, right.
That's not a high number, but because of so much running, the clock keeps rolling and things like that. But the one thing we have to sit and admit here, and I know Bears fans hate him, but you should feel honored to be seeing and watching Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, you got to appreciate greatness when it hits you in the face.
It sucks.
You have to.
Because
as much as I hate the Green Bay Packers, Fred, I mean, I've been saying this for years. And I've got ostracized for it, to be honest with you. All right, because I love Brett Favre, but I hate the Green Bay Packers.
Right.
I love Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Okay. I love how tough he was. And like I was telling you earlier in the week, Bill Maher. Yeah. Bill Maher had a podcast with Aaron Rodgers over like the last 2 weeks before the season had started. And he's sitting there talking to Aaron Rodgers, like, well, why don't you wear all the protective gear? He's like, I'm the predecessor to Brett Favre.
Yeah.
He's like, Brett Favre was made of nails. He didn't wear any rib protection.
Yeah, sure.
Or any elbow pads or any wrist flexor or anything like that. He's like, Brett Favre was made of nails. He's like, how if I go out there, he's like, I'm gonna, and he even says word for word, quote for quote, he's like, I'm gonna look like a pussy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like, is that seriously what it is up there?
Yeah.
And he is. He's made to steal that kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on.
Well, listen, the Bears got to him 3 times.
Yes.
Justin Fields only got sacked 3 times.
Right.
Okay. It wasn't awful. There's some video that people are showing a lot of today. Sam Mustipher just getting thrown aside. The Bears we're still not sure. And I saw Matt Eberflus talk today about the center position and about Lucas Patrick.
Right.
And it's still, if he's got a thumb and he can't snap, he may still be alternating time at guard with Tevin Jenkins, which he did yesterday. They basically split it. I think it was 22 snaps to 19 snaps or something like that between those two. But Sam Mustipher's a guy that apparently Justin Fields is very comfortable with taking the snaps from. But some of the highlights I saw, Mustipher was not able to prevent
anybody.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing.
He's like a swinging door. He's like a saloon door, right? Yeah, but that's something you got to worry about. And this is something I've been saying over the last 3 years. You have to have an offensive line,
right?
All right, especially now with this kid that you moved up for to grab. Do you not want to protect the kid that you moved up to grab for? Like, what are you doing here?
Well,
and it's aggravating. It really is. It's aggravating at its most point.
Well, Larry Borum got beat a couple times around the right end.
He looked terrible.
He got beat a couple times, and I didn't see a whole lot of Braxton Jones getting beat, but it might have been because he had help from Cole Kmet, because Cole Kmet certainly wasn't going out to catch passes.
Yeah,
I think in 2 games he's been targeted twice.
There we go.
Okay,
there's our tight end, baby.
I know, but a lot of that
I've been saying it for fucking 17 weeks.
But a lot of that's not on him. A lot of that is on the game plan, not being able to block and all that kind of thing. So we'll see as we go along. The next 3 of the next 4 games they have are against the Houston Texans, the New York Giants, Minnesota, and then the Washington Commanders. Okay, if they don't win 3 of those 4, something's seriously wrong. They could be 4-2 after the first 6 games.
Next week. Listen, I'm still sitting there, and I'm still saying.
You're afraid of Lovey?
I'm afraid of how good Davis.
You're afraid of Davis Mills?
I'm afraid of Davis Mills. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can talk. We can talk more about Davis Mills in Houston. That was an awful game to watch yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And also, I had my first experience with Scott Hansen and the red zone, because since DirecTV started running the red zone and Andrew Siciliano did it on DirecTV, I always watched the DirecTV red zone, which is different than what they do with Scott Hansen.
Yes.
Because what they do is nuts. Scott Hansen doesn't
have
a lot
all
of time
over the place.
Right, and they just keep jumping. There was one time they had 3 games, and the snaps were like me going boom, 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 and they would jump and show you every snap.
Right.
I feel like I saw so many snaps from every game yesterday by watching that red zone. I'm glad I paid the $10.99 on YouTube TV to get it, because we didn't have a show yesterday, a pregame or anything. So I was able to sit in my house and watch the red zone. Scott Hansen, you barely realize he's there because they're just jumping. And you almost get a little anxiety ridden, which isn't good for a guy that had AFib and had a procedure done. But it was constant. I didn't feel I had time to get up and get a drink because it was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, they're
boom.
so fast. He's so fast.
And they do a great job of it.
And I thought it was awesome. I will say this too. I feel sorry for everybody who doesn't have red zone or Sunday ticket, because the 2 games that you were offered yesterday were absolute horse shit. Between the Patriots and Steelers, and what was the other game?
Well, yeah, Tampa and the Saints.
That
was a brutal game too.
Those 2 games were absolute snores into the last 3 minutes of the game.
What was the late game? Did everybody get Denver, Houston?
That was another,
because that was a brutal game.
16-9.
That was an absolutely brutal game.
That game sucks.
Hard to watch. The fans are all booing Russell Wilson. It was terrible. I was sitting there
all day yesterday. You know what game I tuned into the most, Fred? Honestly, no bullshit.
Which one?
Detroit.
Yeah, you know what? They're fun to watch.
I tuned into Detroit because I want to see how high-powered offense that team is. And I also want to know what it's going to be like to face them in the year.
It's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy.
No, because
that team puts up points.
I'm on Ross St. Brown is going to get 160 yards.
TJ Hawkinson just killing it.
He dropped a couple passes.
DeAndre Swift out of nowhere. Jamal Williams.
They got a lot of offensive weapons. Goff threw for 4 touchdowns, I think it was.
Not going to be an easy game, those 2 slates for the Bears.
Not going to be easy. Let's get back to the Bears real quick. Justin Fields, 7 for 11. 1 interception.
Yards.
Yeah, 70 yards. He said something yesterday that a couple people took offense to after the game.
Well, I didn't hear it.
He said he was talking about the game and how the fans are aggravated. He said, listen, it hurts more in the locker room than it does for the Bears fans, because we bust our tail and we try to win. And, some Bears fans took that as a negative.
I do.
Do you?
I do.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
I take it as negative. All right, we've been Bears fans here. I've been a Bears fan my entire life. Justin Fields has been a part of the Bears for 2 years.
Yeah, but see, if the Bears play badly, you don't lose your job. If the Bears play badly,
I don't lose my job. I lose my shit.
Yeah, but he can lose his job. Everything they do, that's their life. That's their livelihood. So the players always take it more seriously than the fans. Fans don't realize that. You don't think the players care.
Right.
The players care.
I know the players.
There wasn't one happy guy coming home from Green Bay yesterday.
It's one of those things that I keep on hearing over the weekend, and I keep on hearing all across national talk radio. Like, what does a rivalry mean? Is the Bears-Packers still a rivalry? Is it a rivalry like Ohio State Northwestern or Ohio State whoever? No, it's not. They were talking earlier this week where Alex Brown comes up from Florida, and he has no idea what it means to play the Packers. It's a rivalry.
Well, he played the Packers, though.
I know. Yeah. But like when he first got drafted by the Bears.
Oh, right.
He had no idea what it was to play the Packers.
Yeah.
Like, is this a rival? Come on, really?
Well, they were asking. I'm so glad I don't work in radio anymore. And I am so glad.
Not at all.
No. Well, just this. This is different.
Yeah.
Because I can say whatever I want to. And I don't, on radio, a lot of times you're restricted on certain things. But also, I'm glad I don't have to question these guys, because some of the questions asked him, Matt Eberflus today, someone asked him, they said, well, now that you've played your first Bears-Packer game, do you understand the rivalry between the Bears and Packers? He said, listen, he goes, I've coached in this league for 9 years or 10 years. I've watched football. I understand what the rivalry is. And it's such an asinine question to ask a guy that's a head coach of a football team. A lot of people, there are Bears fans who are saying this isn't the right guy after 2 games. I think Matt Eberflus is the exact right guy, because
I like Matt Eberflus.
He had another line. I wrote it down. I went and grabbed it. I watched his press conference today after he watched the video and talked to the players. They asked him about Kyler Gordon. Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker made tackles yesterday.
A little rough for Kyler Gordon
yesterday. They realized what a good quarterback can do to them, okay? Because what a good quarterback can do to them is exactly what Aaron Rodgers did to them yesterday, and pick them apart. And also, not only that, but also run the football when you're thinking they're going to pass the football. And pass the football when you think they're going to run the football. And run 2 guys in the backfield like A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones, and they were able to do that all game long. But what Matt Eberflus said about Kyler Gordon was, a good pro doesn't get beat by the same play twice. And he said, we showed Kyler Gordon, and hopefully he'll be able to make the adjustments so he doesn't get beat by these plays again. And that's exactly what I used to say. When I first started working in radio, we'd be working with a producer, and a producer would screw up, whatever it was, hit the wrong button, did something else. I asked for one cut, he played another one. And I would tell him, I say, listen, don't worry about it. Everybody makes mistakes. You don't want to make them twice. And that's exactly what Matt Eberflus said today. And I think he's the perfect guy to have as the Bears head coach. He's very, very particular. I like what he does. Yeah.
He's instrumental in what he does.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I appreciate too. Like everything that, like when I was going down.
Is that what he appreciates about him?
That's what I appreciate about him. Yes. Yeah.
Little tip of the cap to Letterkenny.
Yep. Tip of the cap. There we go. Is that what she appreciates there, Squirrely Dan? No, but like legit though, like when I was down there in for the training camp.
Yeah.
All right. I've never heard a whistle blow so much.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
sure. Yeah.
Done. Started over again.
Yeah.
You guys need to know this now.
Right.
Because we're 3 weeks away from the season. We're 2 weeks away. We're a week away from a preseason game.
Yeah.
You better get your shit together and know this now.
Right. Plus, camps are so different than they used to be, where you used to have more practices, 2 days. Now you can't have the guys out there. So you've got to make sure they get it and they get it right the first time.
And he was quick to the whistle. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yes, you do.
I appreciate that. I want to see some I want to see some badassness out of my head coach. Be like, hey, hold them accountable.
Yeah. But we talked about this too, because going into the season, you've got a defensive backfield, okay? You've got Jalen Johnson, who they're not throwing at, and it's not because that he's like, one of the best guys in the league. It's because the other guys aren't, okay? You've got Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon, and then you've got Kendall Vildor because when they announced the starting lineup, they announced a 4-2-5 because they're running a nickel right off the bat. They've only got 2 linebackers. It's Morrow and Roquan Smith. They're not running 3 linebackers most of the time, especially against the Packers, and that could have hurt them with tackling in the running game yesterday. But all these guys are young. Kendall Vildor, second-year guy. Jalen Johnson, second or third year. You've got first year in Brisker, first year in Kyler Gordon. And then Eddie Jackson did fly all around the field. He did hit people. He still doesn't use his arms.
What?
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
He did hit people yesterday. He still doesn't use his arms to wrap up. Jay Zawoski, a guy that does. I used to work with Jay over at The Score. Great hockey guy. He does a hockey thing for CHGO, and he posted
Beyond Fat podcast.
Yes. Him and Rick Camp.
Love that podcast.
And
Jay, I love you.
He posted something yesterday that talked about Eddie Jackson hitting people, and I said he still doesn't wrap up. And Jay said the same thing. He goes, "I've been harping on that for years." He said, "I finally gave it up." Nobody in the NFL wraps up anymore.
It's seriously like his arms are spaghetti noodles.
Yeah, they just try to hit
cooked
people.
Spaghetti noodles. He just hits them with the shoulder pads and falls down.
Yeah, they try to hit people, and they don't worry about wrapping up at all. Quickly, the defensive line, Travis Gibson, 2 more sacks. He had 3 quarterback hits. That was awesome. Quinn had a sack. Jones is good. I love what I see from the defensive line. They're rotating them, except they needed to play better against the run yesterday. And the thing is, and they commented yesterday, and Tirico and Collinsworth, okay,
Now here's a guy.
I'm not infatuated with him.
Now here's a guy.
Who? Oh, yeah, that's Collinsworth. Yeah, constantly. And here's a guy. But the one thing that they brought up is that every time that Aaron Rodgers goes to the line of scrimmage, he's got a run-pass option. When he looks at the defense, he can say, I'm going to throw the ball, I'm going to run the ball. And he picked apart the Bears defense yesterday. Absolutely picked them apart. I can't wait for week 12 at Soldier Field to see how the Bears defense improves and how they can do against the Packers.
How they grow throughout the year, right?
How they grow and how that all works out, because I think it's going to get better. I'm not down on the team. They had a bad game. Nobody expected them to beat the Packers.
No.
They're
I did.
Well, I mean, right before the game, I thought they could, but
when I made my predictions, when I made my predictions of 10-7, this was a loss.
Well,
this was a loss.
Right. The first drive of the game, I mean, they go 8 plays, 71 yards in under 4 minutes.
Awesome.
Move downfield.
But you know what? I'll tell you what. Right now, no bullshit.
Yeah.
The problem with that, you said 8 plays, 71 yards. How many minutes?
3 point. Just under 4, 3:56.
That's the problem.
Going too quick.
Way too fast. Way too quick.
Yeah, you got to eat the
clock.
clock.
It down. Eat the clock. And at the end of the game, guys, we sit here. We're talking about this. The time of possession at the end of the game, Green Bay rules it.
Yeah, 37
to 22.
Yeah,
38 to 22 minutes.
Yeah,
that's not even fair.
No.
And that aligns with AJ Dillon. That aligns with Aaron Jones. That aligns with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay, the 3 A's: Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, and AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
All right, they're killing us. They eat up the clock. You gotta be patient. And this is one thing that I hope Matt Eberflus realizes that, hey, listen, Green Bay knows what the fuck they're doing. They know what they're doing.
They ran for 200 yards.
Yes.
The Bears ran for 183.
Yes. Okay. And Montgomery had a great game.
Montgomery played well. Khalil Herbert's a different kind of guy. They get him in there. I thought, you know what? Let's take a break. Let's hear from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk about the play everyone's talked about and broke down all day today. It's
aggravating.
Yeah,
it's aggravating.
4th and goal. It looked like like Fields got in, but he went down 6 inches.
He was in.
No, the first time he went down 6 inches before the pylon, before the pylon on the right side. So we'll talk about that when we come back. It's Huebs Views and Brews. Fat Mike Myth. We were breaking down the Bears and Packers. We'll do more after we hear from our sponsors here on Huebs Views and Brews.
We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show as well as the 1252 brand because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend. Or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for a fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Darren, licensed real estate broker with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group in Homer Glen. Are you looking to buy or sell? Have you been disappointed in the past? The Jonathan Darren team with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group focuses on providing you with a concierge level of service during the process of buying or selling. We are a service-oriented team with a fresh and professional approach to selling real estate. Our goal is to combine knowledge, skills, and passion to exceed our clients' expectations, and most of all, we truly care. We are a knowledgeable real estate team focused on offering expertise and innovative solutions for our clients. The Jonathan Darren team has 5 full-service real estate brokers and a dedicated full-time marketer servicing all of Chicagoland. We will customize a detailed plan around your timeline for a sale, purchase, investment, estate, or other needs. Real estate transactions can be stressful, but don't need to be. Let us handle it for you. Visit our website, homesbyjdt.com, or call 708-308-1938 today. Expect better in real estate. Choose the Jonathan Darren team.
Hey, this is your girl Ruby from Habano Cigars in Homer Glen, Illinois. We are the best cigar lounge around. From Davidoff exclusives to anything Plasencias, from rare Opus X's and everything in between. We literally have it all. And if it's not here, we'll get it for you. Here at Habano Cigar Lounge, we host amazing and exceptional events on the last Thursday of every month. That includes free food, raffles, prizes, and giveaways. We're open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday 9 to 11, and on Sunday 10 to 10 p.m. Again, we are located at 133 West 143rd in Homer Glen, Illinois, so drop by and give us a call today, 708-590-6473. Habano Cigars, Homer Glen. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It pisses me off.
Oh, he's still upset.
I am.
We're back here at the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill, 159 Studios in beautiful downtown Lockport. Huebs Views and Brews on Monday nights. We've got the Fat Mike Show coming up on Friday. Harry with his picks. Wednesday. I'm sorry. I was looking at Harry. Harry's got his picks and stuff on Friday. And, here at the NFL, I need some help because about 2 weeks ago, I won $404 betting baseball, and I have not won a bet since.
Listen, I put a bet on yesterday. I took the Bears plus the 9.5.
Yeah.
And I took the Bills minus the 10 tonight. I didn't make it past last night. So
yeah. No, I know. And the problem is, and we'll get to some of the other games yesterday, it was a great day to watch football.
It wasn't, though. If you don't have the –
It was the best part was all the games got really good in the fourth quarter. That's why I thought the Bears were going to come back and get a win.
If you didn't have the Sunday ticket or Red Zone yesterday, football, I would have rather eaten a bullet. Like, that's how boring football was.
It was bad.
You had the Patriots and Steelers.
Yep.
Or you had the Falcons.
Mitch didn't play well.
You had the Falcons and who else? Or no, Tampa Bay and
the Saints.
Those games sucked all the way up to like the last 3 minutes of the game.
They were brutal. And today, Mike Evans suspended for a game.
Thanks, Mike Evans.
Yeah, for coming out and pushing Lattimore. You hate him anyway, and you drafted him anyway. But anyway,
Getting suspended on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
You dickhead. Thanks a lot, pal.
So there's 2 games tonight, Tennessee, Buffalo, and Minnesota, Philadelphia going on as we speak. Mike will probably talk about those on Wednesday night. But let's talk about the 5-yard quarterback sneak and why David Montgomery didn't get the ball. And why do you, if you're going to quarterback sneak, why do you go from the 5 or, have
the shotgun?
Why do you go from the shotgun? And now Matt Eberflus today in his press conference, he said, we like the call. We like the play. We knew we wanted to do what we did. We just couldn't get in. He just said we needed a better push. And he's right. We needed a better push. You needed a better. But my thing is, go to David Montgomery. David Montgomery's a guy that runs.
He's been your bell cow the entire game.
Yeah.
He was averaging 4.8 yards a carry at that point.
Yeah.
Go to your running back. But what are you doing?
Here's the other thing. When you're at the 6-inch line, which is what they were at.
Half-yard line.
All you got to do is snap the ball and reach it over.
Yes.
Which is exactly what Tom Brady does.
Yes.
He doesn't get hit. He reaches the ball over. And as soon as you cross the line, as soon as you cross the line, you're good. And he did cross the line. Okay. Let's go there.
He did.
He crossed
the line. It was a touchdown.
Even on TV, they said it looks like he crossed the line.
Right.
We think he crossed the line, but because they didn't call it, they're going to say inconclusive, and it stays the way it is. And it would have made it interesting at that point.
Yeah, because it would have been what 24-7 no
24-17.
24-17 at that point. Yeah, that's an interesting game there. You're down by a touchdown at that point.
It's even better for me because I had played a 4-leg parlay. I had Aaron Jones scoring. He did. I had the Bears plus 10. They would have been within 10. I had Montgomery with 14.5 carries. He had 16, and I had him scoring a touchdown. So they gave it to him. I would have had that.
Right.
And then they just had to hold on. And if you're only down by 7, your defense is more into it.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't march down the field and kick a field goal. But anyway, it didn't happen. I didn't like the call. I didn't like the play. And if you're going to run it, get up to the line of scrimmage. You're already 5 yards back. You got 6 inches to go, and now your quarterback's going to run 5 yards out of the shotgun to do it. Now, if you're going to run another play, if you're trying to go with deception, we're going to line up back here. They might think we're going to do something else.
An option,
on
a quick slant,
but they didn't.
Or a bubble.
Why not run one? Run a jet sweep fake or something like that. Do something. And we didn't see that. And it was not good.
And it was aggravating. Me sitting at the house, I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there. I'm hanging out. I'm having beers.
There are people throughout the Southwest burbs that said they heard you yell.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was not a happy camper.
I can understand that.
I was not a happy. I was ready to rip my TV off the wall like Kong. I was not a happy camper when that happened. And the entire thing in my head was like, you are in shotgun. Why are you running a quarterback sneak from 5 yards out
back
when you're 6 inches away from the goal line? That blew my mind. It was like, are we still in the Nagy area? Like,
I know.
What are we doing?
It made no sense.
Are we still in the Matt Nagy area?
They liked their play. They liked their call. They weren't getting by doing that and not giving it to Montgomery. That's the part that got me. If you're going to go with the quarterback sneak, you got to get up on the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, hand it off to Montgomery. Let him get in there.
You have a big old beefy fullback for a reason.
Yeah, you do.
Plug your running back behind that fat ass and drive it through the end zone.
And they had complimented him earlier in the game because he was opening up some holes for Montgomery.
And if you go back and look at it, if Justin Fields, even all of this being said, if Justin Fields would have followed the hole that was given to him to the right side, to the A gap, he would have been in the fucking end zone.
Yeah, he would have been in.
We would have scored.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
And see, like I said, the way all the games yesterday went, I really thought they were going to score there, make it a great game, a nice finish, and things like that. Instead, they completely get ripped. Off the topic of the Bears game a little bit, Kyle Brandt, this guy in the NFL Network, he does the NFL mornings. And he does it with a bunch of other people. I can't remember all their names. He's got a new girl doing it. Kay Adams used to be there. She was really good. She's not working at FanDuel. And she was very hot. Yeah. Still is very hot.
Still is, yeah.
But Kyle Brandt,
smoke show.
He went through a thing today saying basically it's not a rivalry right now. It's not. It's the Packers keep beating the Bears.
And you know what?
Don't call it a rivalry. But Kyle Brandt breaks down the Bears well.
He's right though, Fred.
He's exactly right.
I mean, I've called you when you were on ESPN. I would call you on when you were with ESPN still. I would call you on Sunday mornings and Saturday mornings and be livid.
Yeah.
Why is this even a rivalry anymore when the Packers have beaten the shit out of us 25 out of 32 times?
Yeah.
It's not fair anymore. It's not a rivalry.
What was Aaron Rodgers' records, like 22-5 or something like that?
Yeah. It's not fair. It's not a rivalry at this point.
No.
It's more the Bears hate the Packers because we keep on getting our ass kicked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a rivalry. If there's any rivalry, it's on the Bears side to the Packers. There's no rivalry from the Packers to the Bears.
No. And I
thought this is another game, whatever. Cool. We're good.
Me being a German guy, I thought one of the cool things in the broadcast last night was the guy that looked like Aaron Rodgers who was watching the game in Munich.
Yeah, the crackhead dude. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. His apartment had nothing in it. They must have told him to take everything off the walls.
He was like living in a lawn chair.
But see, there's a lot more minimalistic living in Germany than there is here and everywhere else. So anyway, Bears play. Bears 1-1. They get the Houston Texans. They play 3 straight noon Sunday games, okay? They play at Soldier Field against Houston. Then on October 2nd, they're at the Giants. October 9th, they're at Minnesota, which is not going to be easy. No. I don't know who's going to cover Justin Jefferson.
Nobody.
No, exactly. Then they have a Thursday night game at Soldier Field against the Washington Commanders, okay? But
Commanders?
Yeah, that's what they are, right?
Football team?
Yeah, that's what they are, right? Commanders?
What they are now?
Yeah, Commanders. That's what they are.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Giants game is on the road.
Not a good game.
October 2nd.
Yes.
And the reason I'm bringing that up is
because we have some monster news.
Yes. You'll be able to come on out and see us and enjoy pizza at the same time, and the Bears, and bet the ponies. All that stuff.
You're going to be able to bet the ponies. You're going to be able to hang out with us. Fred and I, we're going to be doing a pregame and postgame that day. Hanging out.
And postgame. I didn't know that.
Well, we'll fuck around.
Well, okay.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. We did a postgame this last week, and we didn't plan on it.
I know.
We're going to be live at Salerno's out in Hodgkins. Great pizza. I mean, this pizza, oh my God.
I grew up in Cicero, and I was going to Salerno's on 16th my whole life. From the time I was old enough to eat pizza, I would go to Salerno's. And the pizza at the Hodgkins Salerno's is as close to the 16th Street as I've had before. There's one other place called Aviva in Lisle, which is really good too. But what?
Okay.
That's really good. Aviva in Lisle is really good.
Okay.
But the Hodgkins Salerno's is awesome. They have great pizza. It's a great place. They have a nice outdoor space. They have an indoor space. If it's a nice day outside, people can sit outside, watch the horses, watch the football.
That's the best part about it.
It's a great place.
That's the best part about it. Like I've been there the last couple of weeks here, partnering with our guy named Nate over there, who he runs the bar. This guy's the man. And this outdoor patio bar area that they have,
it's amazing,
dude. It's 3 dock doors that they just open up.
Yeah.
And you're outside. It's beautiful. They got bags. They got a fire pit. They got everything out there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have the Fozzie football on out there with us too. Pizza from Salerno's, all the booze drinks they have at Salerno's, top shelf bar, all the beer that you could ever want. Yeah. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna be down there hanging out for the Giants and Bears game. So.
That's a really nice game. That is October 2nd. Come on by and see us. We'll have a great time. We'll do split the pot. We'll do
10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we'll do some Fozzie football game giveaways. And the Fozzie football game that we played was on a wooden board, which was a little more expensive. Yes. The ones that were given away, you roll it out, you can put it on a table, you put it on anything.
It's like a cutting board.
It's awesome. It is so cool.
No need for the spray. It just slides super easy.
We cannot wait to play that game. We'll play it. Heck, when Mike and I are on, we'll be playing the game.
Yeah.
And show you the Fozzie football game. We're giving a couple of those away. It'll be a lot of fun. That's coming up on Sunday, October 2nd. We'll be there around 10:30. We'll be there probably at 10 or earlier. But
I will be anyways. I'll be there at 8. Start
the show at around 10:30. If you can't get out there, you can watch us.
You'll show up about 15 minutes beforehand, as I'm already tired, crabby.
No, I like Salerno's. I probably want to get some pizza down before the show starts because I love their pizza. Absolutely great. And I got a great story about when I won I bet an exacta when my dad came to town and we would go there to bet the horses. And I bet an exacta, which is you got to pick the horses first and second.
Right.
And I had a 3-horse exacta. I boxed the 3 horses, and there was a dead heat. So I got paid twice. So out of my $5 or $10 bet, I made $1,000.
What?
Yeah, I got lucky.
Okay, so you get it. What is a dead heat?
A dead heat is when both horses hit the line at the same time. So
that's very super rare, right?
It doesn't happen very often. Yeah.
Right.
So I not only collected, say when you box a horse, say you have 1, 2, 3 to make it simple for those non-horse players.
Okay.
If you bet 1, 2, 3 and you box it, okay, so you have 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 1, 2 and 3, 3 and 1, 3 and 2. So you have 6 different bets. So no matter how those 3 finish, if they finish right at the top, you're going to win.
Okay.
And what happened was the winner won, and the other 2 finished in a dead heat for second. I got paid twice, so I made like $1,000 on it.
I need
I love horse. I love harness racing. Very few people do.
You explained it really well, but I need TK. I need TK.
Tom would tell you. My buddy
TK would tell me like, "Hey, listen, stupid.
Yeah,
this is how you break it
That's
down."
exactly how he would do it too.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
And
that's why I love TK.
Yeah, they're racing horses at Hawthorne. TK will be there. He's one of the judges. I would never think he'd be a judge, but
hey, TK, I told you, Miami, baby, Miami. He's still upset about that. He's still tweeting about that.
Yeah, I know.
TK, I'm sorry, buddy.
From the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I told you. Miami. I told you.
Well, we were at Game On
Bar and Grill. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're all over the place. We're
everywhere.
We're like fertilizer, and that's just I'm trying to be polite. We're like fertilizer. You spread us everywhere.
We're like stink on shit.
Yeah, you can find us everywhere, okay? A couple other things I want to bring up about yesterday's games. The awesomeness of the games when you had the red zone yesterday. And like I said, I'm so happy I spent the $10.99 for a month of red zone, and I'll do it until the season and get rid of it.
Yep.
Las Vegas was winning 23-7.
Oh,
the Arizona Cardinals came back and they win.
This
in
was
overtime.
the best game of the day.
29-3.
The best game of the day.
Kyler Murray was all over the place. It was fun watching this guy run
ham in the fourth quarter.
I don't know how he ever sees over the line of scrimmage.
No, because he's a midget.
Such a little guy.
Sorry.
A small person.
Small person.
I don't know what he is. He's height challenged. I don't know. But he's very small. I don't know how he ever sees over the line of scrimmage. He threw the 2-point conversion into the back of the end zone. I have no idea how he saw anything. He threw the ball to where he hoped this guy was, and he got it right there. And the other game,
Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore and Miami.
Jets and Browns. Yeah,
right. Jets and Browns was great. Joe Flacco throwing touchdowns like crazy.
Fucking looking like Joe Flacco of old.
Yes. But the other one, the Baltimore game, Baltimore's winning 28-7. And I tweet out, this Dolphins team is hard to watch.
Yep.
Immediately after that, Tua Tagovailoa throws.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay, there you go.
There's no end. There's no end.
He throws 6 touchdown passes. And Tyreek Hill's running all over the place.
469 yards yesterday.
He's all over the place.
Good Lord.
And not only him, but Jalen Waddle scores a couple times. Tyreek Hill scores a couple times. This Miami Dolphins team, they didn't start well. They finished well. They win 42-38. They knock off Baltimore. And that was great to see. That was a wild game. Lamar Jackson going like 73 yards on a run.
That was awesome.
Darren Duvernay returning the opening kick for a touchdown. An unbelievable game. So there are a lot of great games. And like you mentioned about Detroit. Yes. Detroit's a fun team to watch.
They are fun.
The Bears have got Detroit. Let me see. They don't play Detroit till November 13th at Soldier Field. And then January 1st, New Year's Day.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it'll be tough to watch. Yeah, tough to watch. January 1st at Detroit. Detroit's going to be a tough team. To watch. They're going to be not to watch. They're going to be fun to watch. Tough to beat.
Yeah.
Because they're actually a very good team.
They put up points, boy.
Yeah. They put up a lot of points.
Put up points, man.
Okay. Now, 2 things. Let's get into a little baseball real quick. Before we talk about the White Sox, our guy, Dave Wills, had a little bit of what I had. If you know Dave Wills, he's been on some of our shows before. Yes. I haven't had him on mine, but he did jump on when David Schuster did a thing with me when I retired.
He got down with me too. Talking Tampa Bay.
A lot of the sports phone guys jumped on. Dave Wills was one of them. Awesome guy, really cool guy. I worked with him at Sports Phone. He went to school at Elmhurst College. Grew up in Oak Lawn. Really good friends with Lou Canellis. He's been doing Tampa Bay Rays games for the longest time. He used to do Sox pre and post for ESPN. He also did King County Cougars. He did a lot of other stuff. He's a great, great guy. He had a little bit of a heart thing while they were in Toronto over the weekend, and he called it SVT, and he says, I can't even pronounce it. It's called a supraventricular tachycardia. And I looked it up. It's a little bit similar to what I had at the very beginning and talked about it, kind of like AFib. It's where you have a faster than normal heart rate beginning in your lower chambers of your heart. Your heart's split in 4. You have 4 chambers, 2 lower, 2 higher, and that's his lower chambers were beating too fast. He takes meds for it. He probably over-medicated, got a little bit of an anxiety thing, took him to the hospital, missed a couple days, going to stay home for a while. But, Dave, get well soon.
Yes.
Love you on the Rays calls.
Yes.
I hate that you are in the playoffs every damn year.
You know what? Fuck you, Dave.
You got Tyler Glass now. You got Tyler Glass now coming back.
I'm just going to be honest. I love you, Dave, but fuck you in calling postseason baseball
constantly.
Every year
How
for the
cool
last
is that?
10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
The Rays have some great announcers. They've got Dave on radio, and on TV they have Dwayne Stats.
Right.
Dwayne Stats, awesome. Former Cub announcer. So get well soon. You're going to be fine. Dave. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be cool.
Please.
Cannot wait. And I've been explaining to Mike, there's electrical and plumbing problems when you have your heart.
Now I'm starting to figure all this out.
Yeah. When you're in clogged arteries, that's a plumbing problem. When you have electrical problems, that's like AFib and supraventricular tachycardia. Those are electrical problems, meaning that the pulses in your heart go a little bit wacky.
I'm learning as we're going.
Just got to shock them in a little bit or do a procedure. I can't believe I hit myself in the heart after I had this procedure last Thursday. But anyway, so get well soon. The White Sox, I'm sitting there watching the Indians today.
Playing hot.
Indians go to a 4-0 win over a 4-0 lead over the Twins. I turn it off. Twins score 2 runs. They score a third. It's 4-3.
11-4.
And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden,
Indians whipped
Indians
their
go
ass.
nuts. Rosario is nuts.
Jose Ramirez went ham.
And you also had, what the heck?
Jimenez went ham.
Yeah, the other guy, Josh.
Naylor.
Yes. Naylor hits one, and he's been struggling of late. Great. That's all we need is for him to get hot. He hits one. He hit it. He didn't move from the batter's box. He stood there and watched it all the way till it hit the stands. And now the Indians come to not U.S. Cellular, guaranteed rate.
Here we go.
They come for a 3-game
Here
series.
we go.
Starting tomorrow night. It's Dylan Cease against Adam Savali. Savali just coming off the IL. Then it's Lynn against Tristan McKenzie, who struck out 14 of the White Sox.
Tristan McKenzie's gross.
Yeah, he's right. He's gross.
And Lance Lynn as of late,
he pitched great.
He's pitched great, absolutely but great. Still, in my opinion, sitting there watching the Sox games, not as a Sox fan, but as a baseball fan, he has still been struggling to find the plate.
Well, not nearly as much as Lucas Giolito.
Well, yeah. His changeup doesn't change up anymore. Right?
No. And then Thursday, it's Cueto against Shane Bieber. Now,
Bieber, baby.
Some people think the White Sox have to win all three. And because right now the Guardians have a 4-game lead over the White Sox in the division. The thing is, if the White Sox lose one, the Guardians get the tiebreaker in the wins of the division. So the Guardians get the tiebreaker. So the White Sox could use to win 3. That'd be great. There's about 15 games remaining. We'll see how it turns out. But a big series on the South Side. Hopefully the fans will turn out. It'll be exciting. We'll see what the White Sox do the next 3 days. That'll be cool. I got some beer talk, so I'm going to let you. I'm gonna let you relax. Go enjoy.
I'll get out of here.
Go enjoy your Busch Lights.
Well, let's take a quick little break too.
Yeah. We'll do that because I still have to finish this one. So
we'll take a little break. We got Coach's Corner, Fozzie Football, Megaplex, and thank you. Just so you guys know, on October 2nd, Fozzie Football hooking it up fat for that event. We're gonna be hanging out playing Fozzie Football at Salerno's.
Yeah,
they're hooking it up. They're our number one sponsor for that event. Fozzie Football kicking ass. Coming through in a clutch.
We'll talk a lot more about the event the next couple of weeks because, like I said, the Bears still have the Houston Texans to take care of this coming Sunday.
I don't like that game, Fred. I don't like that game.
Love you on the sideline with the big white beard.
I don't like it.
Santa Claus on the sideline.
Santa Claus beard. All right, I'm out of here. You have a great rest of your show.
I will. Thank you.
All right.
We come back some beer talk right here on Huebs Views and Brews.
There we go. Here we go. Woo!
Fozzie Football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game night. Fozzie Football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
Megaplex Sports Complex is a 78,000 square foot center filled with hardwood and turf. They have baseball rentals with batting cages, softball, soccer, lacrosse, gymnastics, cheerleading, cornhole, basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. It also features a bar and grill with the best pizza and beef sandwiches around. They cater to events such as birthdays, graduations, corporate parties, as well as memorabilia shows. Check them out at Megaplex Sports Complex, 15301 South Bell Road in Homer Glen, 708-966-4210. Still finishing up the Shoot the Glass Oktoberfest from Skeleton Key. A lot of Oktoberfest beers I'll be having this weekend, I hope, or at least a few, because I like the sausage and pretzels and all that kind of stuff. All this stuff that goes with Oktoberfest. I was supposed to go to Oktoberfest, and welcome back to Huebs Views and Brews. I was supposed to go to Oktoberfest a couple years ago, and most people know my wife was sick. I was supposed to go in late September, early October in 2019. And she wanted me to go. And I said, there's no way I can go to Germany while you're sick in the hospital. And I would have got back October 6th. As it turned out, she passed away October 10th. So I did not go. And I had told her, I said, listen, Oktoberfest has been going on for 200 years. It will be there next year. And then COVID comes. And Oktoberfest missed a year, first year they ever missed. And then they missed another year. And then they had it, let's see, 2021. They had it this year, and there's no way I can make it. So maybe next year, maybe next year, if I ever get in this damn house I'm building over at Lago Vista over here in Lockport. We're still waiting on it. Cannot wait because I'll be 4 minutes here from our office. It'll be great. Love it. Cannot wait to be a member of Lockport. And the taste of Lockport, it just segues right in. You would think I worked in radio. The taste of Lockport's coming up this Saturday. $10 if you buy your tickets early, $15 if you buy them at the Taste. And that's 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock, I want to say, right over here on 9th and Hamilton. And it should be a great time. Cannot wait to get out there and enjoy some of the food. I'm sure Papa Joe's, Stagecoach, all that stuff. There'll be a lot of food. Manja's going to have food over there. We've enjoyed beef rolls. That if I had plumbing problems in my heart, I would say it would be because of the beef roll. You can't get that much cheese and beef in one thing, but the beef roll is amazing food. But that's coming up next Saturday. And the Taste of Lockport, that'll be cool. A couple things here in Lockport. Nick and Ivy, they've got their beer dart back. The beer dart's back, a great lager. Not as good as the Fat Mike lager, I'll say right here.
Not as good as the Huebner either.
Not as good as the Huebner, but it's really good. The beer dart, a lot of great beer over at Nick and Ivy. So check that out. And when you get a chance, get over there. And anybody that I've talked to that's had the Nick of Time 22, the barrel-aged stout that they cranked out over at Nick and Ivy, just raves about how good it is. I had a couple of glasses of it before. I've got a whole bottle at home waiting for a special occasion. Cannot wait to get to that. Some other things going on. There's a big beer fest coming up in LaGrange. I was trying to get Justin Maynard. Justin Maynard used to be the guy that was in charge of the Illinois Craft Beer Guild, Illinois Craft Brewers Guild. I always get it wrong. There's a B, but I don't know if it's beer or brewers. But anyway.
Illinois Brewery Guild.
Yeah. So Justin Maynard is the guy that started introducing me to all the beer people. And Justin's a great, great guy. I've not talked to him in a while. He contacted me and said, listen, is there a chance that you want to do your podcast live at the beer fest? And I said, you know what? It's on a Saturday night. I got some stuff going on. I don't think we can make it, but let's promote it. So that's what we're doing right here. The 11th annual Brew Moon Beer and Band Fest. If I'm not mistaken, Ara's playing at the Band Fest, and Ara's awesome. If you get a chance to go check out Ara, one of my brother's buddies, a guitar player there, is really good. So October 15th, it's going to be at the Max. It's over on 47th Street, not far from 55 and First Avenue. It's $51, $55 at the door. Over 150 beers. They're raising funds for local nonprofit organizations. The Kiwanis that are involved, the Rotary's involved, the West Suburban Chamber of Commerce and Industry, they're all involved. Among the charities, the Interfaith Community Partners, and also an affiliate of the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the Living Room in LaGrange. And monies go to these organizations. Get on out there. It's going to be a great, great time. It's the largest beer tasting event in the Western Burbs. 150 beers. If I'm not working or if I'm not busy that day, I will be there that night. It goes from 6 till 9:30, so 3.5 hours. Like I said, 150 beers. Check it out. You can go to their website. It's Brew Moon, BREWMOON Fest.com. BrewMoonFest.com. Check it out and go on out there. Beers for a good cause for charities. That's a wonderful thing. So, some other beer fests. Not beer fest necessarily, but Hop District, one of the new places over in LaGrange Park on 31st Street, just off of LaGrange Road. Hop District is doing a collaboration beer with Buckle Down Brewing. Buckle Down's across the street from the Max. It's right over there on 47th Street. Friday, both.
I stole a glass from them.
You stole the glass from Buckle Down?
Yep.
Yeah, they're good people. Ike Orcutt, I'm sure he'd give you a glass if you asked him. Hop District collab with Buckle Down coming out Friday at both breweries in 4-packs. It's called the Sunburned Superstar. It's an IPA with Citra, Trident, and Strata hops. And if you're on Facebook and you go to either Hop District or Buckle Down, they do a little video, a YouTube video. You can probably find it on YouTube and then watch our whole show if you missed it. Buckle Down's Beer of the Week is a Fritzikuffs. It's Fritz, like Fritz. Fritzikuffs Pilsner. It's a German-style Pilsner, $5 pours all week long on the Fritzikuff Pilsner. Saturday, Oktoberfests. There's a bunch of them. Goldfinger starts at 12. My guy Tom over at Goldfinger. I will be there probably at 11:30 getting in line because I want to make sure I get one of the first beers tapped. They've got a fest beer coming out. Cannot wait to taste it. Black Horizon. I got to get over there. Charles, Kevin, all the guys over at Black Horizon. Oswego Brewing, they're not going to go one day. They're going to go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Our guy Chad, the former brewer over at Nick and Ivy, he's now brewing over at Oswego. They got a 3-day Oktoberfest in Oswego. Also, Elmhurst Brewing. If you've not been to Elmhurst Brewing, it's right in the heart of downtown Elmhurst. Great place, tremendous food. Get on over there. So lots of Oktoberfest coming up this week. I mentioned Skeleton Key. I'm drinking their Shoot the Glass Oktoberfest beer. They've got their anniversary coming up. And because of COVID and because of the tornado ripping the roof off of their place, this is their anniversary 4, 5, or 6 year. That's what it's called. It's called the 4, 5, or 6 year anniversary of Skeleton Key Brewing. They've got the return of the Coconut Birthday Cake Golden Ale. That just sounds amazing. I love coconut in beer. They do a great migratory, one of their staples at Skeleton Key Brewing. Also, they're tapping a gin barrel-aged Saison with blueberries. I'm not a big gin guy. I like the song Cold Gin by Kiss, but that's another story. So they're tapping the gin barrel-aged Saison with blueberries. That's coming up on Saturday, too. I cannot spread myself this thin, but I will try to get there. If not Saturday, then maybe Sunday after the Bears game. Noon Whistle. And I want to apologize to the guys from Noon Whistle. Mike and Paul were going to come out here a couple weeks ago. I got sick. Other things happened. We haven't had a chance to get them out here. If you get a chance, get over to Noon Whistle. They've got their fest beer coming out on Thursday, this Thursday, the 22nd. Also, they have what they call a Rauchtoberfest. Now, a Rauch beer is a smoked beer, and they're really good if you like them. It's like anything else. If you like it, it's good. If you don't like it, go to something else. But the Rauch beer is really good. They have a Rauchtoberfest. It's a cherry wood smoked fest beer. So they got the fest beer for Oktoberfest and the Rauch beer. And then they have their Oktoberfest coming up. Since they have 2 locations, one in Naperville, one in Lombard. Their Naperville Oktoberfest, October 1st. Their Lombard Oktoberfest, October 15th. So make sure you get out there. And lots of beer stuff. It's a great time for beer drinkers. I talk a lot about craft beer, and that's what I do. And that and sports. That's all I know. Nothing else. But Oktoberfest beers, for the people that don't like craft beers, Oktoberfest beers are great because they're a Marzen style. They're not hoppy. They're really good. Like I said, the Shoot the Glass, 6.5%. Couple of these, you're in great place. So check them out. If you go to an Oktoberfest, if you know an Oktoberfest, check them out. I'm going to finish this as Mike and I sit and talk about the Bears in Houston off camera. Mike's got a show coming up on Wednesday. Don't forget the Fat Mike show coming up Wednesday night around 7 o'clock. I'll be back again next Monday, hopefully talking about a Bears victory. And hopefully we'll get the guys from Noon Whistle on real soon. Like I said, Mike and Paul, great guys. They're doing great beers. I want to taste their Oktoberfest. So I guess Thursday I got to make a run out to Naperville and check them out. So if you're out in Naperville Thursday around 4 o'clock, you may see me. Otherwise, you'll see me next Monday. I'll be right back here. Huebs Views and Brews. Thanks to all of our sponsors, The Whistle, everybody else. Thanks a lot. Have a great night and enjoy. Let's go Bears.
Go Bears.
Thank you for listening to 1252 Sports Chicago.